Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament of the Hebrew Bible, and I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered bits and pieces of testimony from the various prophets of the Old Testament. It became the Book of Zion, a book written entirely in Bible verse, which portrays the year 2020. Now, in order to publish the Book of Zion, I had to write a second book called the Pot Smoker's Bible, which is written with my own words. It's a commentary to the Pot Smoker's Bible with a dissertation of the various texts that I use in the Book of Zion. And today, I am reading to you from the 21st chapter of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the 18th chapter of the Book of Zion. I'm going to take up where I left off the last time we did a video for the book. And it goes like this. There is a great cause to rejoice. We can give thanks and honor to the ancient aliens who combined their DNA with ours and created us in their own image. And it is the greatest adventure of all. We are about to be able to travel in space, in real time, way beyond the Earth. Celebrate, everyone. We are now intergalactic. We will be electing humans and human grays, ambassadors, to travel to our new neighbors. I'll be staying here to protect our world, but others will soon travel to other worlds on our behalf. They will be humans and human grays. They will be businessmen and teachers, philosophers and scholars. Our culture is already being disseminated into the larger society. They like our fashions, some of them, and our games. Poker is a favorite, universally. Chips aren't attached to anything. That would be unacceptable. But in games, money is used. It's a toy to them. And so it will be for us. It's part of our cultural, after all, and is now integrating into the larger society as a toy. Which brings us to Micah 2:12, which becomes Zion 18:31. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put them together as the sheep of Bozrah, as a flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. All who use drugs will be gathered together. That means all Zionites, both the priests and the poor. We will also include those who convert. And the lowest of us all, the narcs. The narcs, by their choice, if they choose, will come to fight in the coming war. Frontline soldiers. They've earned it. If karma lets them survive the war, we can forgive them. But soldiers they will have to be. That way, all drug users can come to Zion. Even the lowly, despised narc. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. These are the bloodline Jews, the actual hereditary Jewish people. And I will put them together. The two sides of the family will become one. Israel is the bigger brother. He took the hard knocks. He learned the hard way what was expected and acceptable to mom and dad. But he paid a heavy price for it. Zion is the little sister. Israel has taught her right from wrong. She grew up suffering the same punishment, but she didn't make the mistake. Her big brother, his reputation, caused her to suffer the same fate. These two nations um, related to each other through their great God and the traditions of their mutual father and mother, Abraham and Sarah. We are family, in thought and deed, one nation. We may be half a world apart, but we're one people. I will put them together as the sheep of Bozrah, as a flock in the midst of their fold. There will be a gathering of brother both houses of Abraham, an event where drug users and Jews come together to meet officially with the grave, a family gathering where the formal covenant between Earth, i.e., Zion, and the Great Council, representative of the intergalactic authority, will meet. Abraham was chosen long ago to represent the human race to the grave, and it is in anticipation of this event that each Zionite will take the name of a tribe of Israel on their entry to Zion. The tribal name they take will determine where they camp and where they gather in this huge gathering. At the event, each person will be gathered in their tribes. All of the house of Israel will be representative. On that day, both nations will truly be one. Zionites of the tribe of Reuben will gather with the Jewish brothers of the family of Reuben, etc., etc., etc. So we will become one. They shall make a great noise by reason of the multitude of men. To gather together in one place, and all of the family of Israel alone, would be unimaginable. To gather together in one place, all of the drug users, that would be just as huge. But this event will bring together both. It's truly mind-boggling. This is a huge event. Psalms 107, 9 to 11, becomes Zion 18:32 to 34. For he satisfieth the longing soul, and fulfilleth the hungry soul with goodness. Such as sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, being bound in affliction and iron, because they rebelled against the word of God, and condemned the counsel of the Most High. For he satisfieth the longing soul, and filleth the hungry soul with goodness. The Grey have been inspiring our scientists with ideas to fulfill this passage. Meat that is grown in labs, not cows. Milk from grass, so that we don't need cows to be pregnant. Real aid for the poor. We will perfect these techniques to provide food for all. Healthy, free food. In Zion, the business of the guilds is to provide basic needs. Food, clothing, shelter, energy, water, all life-sustaining needs are given by the people through the guilds for all the people. And this money-free system has only one purpose: to provide for the society's needs. And without the motivation of greed to encourage inferior material usage, our products will be healthy using the best quality materials. Why would you use cheap junk in the first place, in in place of durable goods? Cheap is the key here. Price creates greed. Greed creates shortcuts and fillers, chemicals that do harm but provide profit. We live in a wasteful, made to be broken society. Profit motivates this cycle of buy, use, break, replace. improve, replace. The corporations that produce this inferior crap does so to ensure profit. If your toy never breaks, you won't need to buy more toys. So, no money, no more profit. This mentality of make it to break it has already killed us. And make no mistake about this. Without the gray intervention, we cannot survive. We do not have the time to save ourselves. Even if all manufacturing stopped this very moment, it wouldn't matter. The government the governments have allowed the corporations to destroy our atmosphere in the name of profit. I am here because it's already too late. I am put in charge of this planet because if I do not take control, we will all die. There is no future for your children without the gray. I am here to save the children from the death that you have already ensured them. Such as sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, being bound in affliction and iron. See what I mean? In the shadow of death. We are in the shadow of death. Climate change is a death sentence. The build up of the heat, the firestorm, death looms over our children. So we are doomed without help. The gray have the help. We just have to ask them to come help us. For our children, I stand ready to ask officially. We may be doomed alone, but we're not alone. We have help. The God of the earth hears our cries and has already provided us aid. But they have chosen not the wealthy, powerful governments, nor have they chosen the many religions that claim that right. Instead, they come to the poorest, the most oppressed people on the planet, the people who are bound in iron for nothing more than choosing to have a good time with their friends. It's the ultimate irony that the people bound in iron are bound because they rejected God and in so doing rejected their own destiny of interpretation as interpreters for the gray, who just happen to be the true God of the human mythology, as is stated in verse 11, because they rebelled against the word of God and condemned the counsel of the Most High. My people did themselves great harm by rejecting the Torah, the Ketuvim, the Tanakh. But it wasn't the Torah they really rejected. It was the Christianized Bible that they rejected, and that was necessary. The Torah was, however, was not meant to be rejected. It is our history. We rejected our identity when we rejected the Old Testament. The Bible is a twofold book, the Old Torah and the New Testament, which is false. You cannot reconcile the two books. I tried. They contradict each other. The Torah is true. The New Testament is a fable told by Saul, a false prophet. It was raised with um, the King James Bible. That's the book I knew and used. But I reject the New Testament that Jesus was the conglomerate of ancient uh, deities. Jesus Christ is a lie. Jesus was a Jew. The Torah rules. So even though I used the King James Version to write this book, I did so because, as false as it is, it's my family's Bible. So may the Great watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm, and may they teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guild choice. Stay happy and high if you use true drugs. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote the book. See you later now. I'll never say goodbye.